What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to ShutlipsTV. I'm Alamide Salau, better picking with better voice. On the 26th of October, the CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele announced that there will be a redesign of some denomination of the Naira notes. The Naira notes include 200, 500 and 1,000. According to Emefiele, this move will help curb the circulation of Naira in the country, which will in turn help with the inflation in the country. Also, it will help phase out old Naira notes and render the huge amount of cash in the hands of politicians, bandits and kidnappers useless. If this move is carried out, it will mean that the Naira note is going to be wearing a new outfit after 20 years of the last redesign in 1959. Also, it is a known global, practice that the central bank are allowed and permitted to design, produce and circulate Naira notes. And it means that, Nigerians' Naira notes is going to take a new appearance. Now, there has been debate across the country if this move would have any effect in the economy. Because looking at it, the CBN is going to cost the CBN about 174 billion to redesign the Naira notes. Now, trust us at Short Lips to get the reactions of Nigerians on the trending topic. We're going to be asking them, do they think this move would have a positive impact on the economy and also on, the constant devaluation of Naira against other foreign policy? Let's see what Nigerians have to say on the question of today. Let's do this. The CBN has commenced actions on redesigning the Naira notes. The question we are asking is it going to have any positive impact on our economy and also the constant devaluation of Naira against other foreign currencies like dollars and pounds and the rest?
First of all, let me answer the first question. I would say yes, because this is one of the characteristics that the government have put in place to see that, okay, we know very well any good thing that want to come must first of all bring some kinds of tediousness, some kind of difficulty and hardship. But over time, we'll get to know that yes, that was a very good step. And secondly, yes, it's going to devalue other foreign currency, especially the dollar, which, for instance, in Nigeria, dollar has been the order of the day. You go to anywhere, they tell you dollar have gone, whereas we are using Naira. And so with this CBN invention, it's going to be a very, very good advantage to us. And so all the Naira they have been holding, they have to now know that, okay, we are all going to start afresh and the policies will be implemented.
Well, from my own personal point of view, I don't think it will actually have any positive impact, like maybe increasing the value. But the redesigning will actually help in, in the case of money laundering, where we have politicians and other people, storing large quantity of Naira in cash in their houses. So I think when they redesign this amount, these currencies, those those people cannot just bring those large quantity, maybe in bullion vans and stuff, to the bank and say they want to change. At least if the EFCC have brain, at least they will be able to investigate into that matter and see lots of people coming to the bank to try to change to the new currency. So I think it will help people stockpiling those cash in their house will probably to become useless. So that's the positive part of it. But for the negative part is it won't increase any value of Nigeria, and if care is not taken, we'll still be seeing 1,000 Naira to $1 very soon. So yeah, I hope people vote wisely for this coming election to stop this whole nonsense.
All right, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think there is a need to redesign our Naira notes at this point in time. What are they redesigning for? How does it affect us? As far as I'm concerned, redesigning of an Naira note is more or less like, for instance, a building is, burning, and then you are more interested in, instead of looking for how to, the roots of the problem, how to stop the fire, you are interested in just going ahead to repaint the roof, the building that is burning, instead of looking for how to stop the fire, or how to try as much as possible that it will not escalate more than how it is. You are just going to repaint it, which is not what you should be doing. Our Naira, what our currency need right now is the government trying as much as possible to see how our economy would be better than how it is now, and not going to redesign it. What are you redesigning it for? Are you redesigning it so that their faces will be on the Naira, or what? Please.
Okay, actually, I'm into property, and I know a little bit about value. So I think it's in time of cost, they will spend more, and in time of value, there's no difference. So I don't think there's a need to redesign, because redesigning, there will be a cost to that. So it's just a waste of funds. They can divert it into something else.
It's pointless. Why are you designing money? Other places need design now, like our roads. Let's start with that. We don't have good transportation. Lights is now money you decided to redesign. It's pointless to me.
Okay, first I think the introduction of new Naira notes, the positive effect it will have is that those that have these old currencies will have no choice than to bring them out, and in a way trying to fish out those who are really hoarding those old notes. That's a positive impact I think it will have on it.
First of all, looking at it from another angle, you look at it that it looks late to bring that up at this time because the month is actually rounding up. But aside that, looking at the election coming up next year, they are at the same time, they are still on time. It's better to be late than never. So that is the angle I'm coming from, because from what information I got is that they are trying to stop people from hoarding, using it to do what the things like buy vote and the rest of them. So left to me is a two-sided thing. So you can't really say it's this or definitely this. But whichever way, we just pray for the good cause of the country, Nigeria. That is all I can say.
Concerning the devaluation of the currency, redesigning of the Naira, I'm not sure it's going to have any positive impact on the economy. The only positive side I think can actually get from that is, they can actually get control of how much money is in circulation. Like, they can actually get to retribute the money back with the CBN and the government. And for the devaluation of the currency, no, it will definitely have no impact on it. Because me as a man, the only thing I can think for a country to fight, for our currency to have value, the only thing we can do is see if we can minimize or stop importation. Then, if we can increase exports, then minimize or reduce imports. Or even maybe we should just ban imports completely for the meantime. So we depend on, even to the least things we are doing, to the least things we are consuming, will definitely depend much on the importation.
To be candid, I really don't think so, because, what has you redesigning Naira notes has to do with the whole exchange rate and the whole economic thing. So, in my own honest opinion, I don't think redesigning notes is the next step. I don't think so. So that is just what I can say about the designing thing. I don't say it's bullshit, but it's
no impact.
No impact. I don't think, there's no impact for real, because what has new notes gotten to do with the whole economic crisis and everything? So I don't think new notes is the key. Yeah.
Redesign is deliberate because of a lot of people who have stocked up Naira notes. We could see that after the announcement of the redesign, a lot of Naira notes were out even from 2002 to 2005. Well, it might not help directly, but at least to an extent it will reduce the hoarding of the notes, so people have to return their money back to the banks. Well, it would increase stocking up of US dollars, but at least to an extent it's going to help the country. Yeah, it's going to help the Naira notes to an extent. Yeah, I think might not be the best decision, but at least it's a good one in the right direction, actually.
It's not really going to have any major effect on our currency, whether it's going to increase or going to drop. But it's going to cover up like a lot of things. Last week, I think I went to the bank and I saw how people were bringing in bundles of money. So it's really going to cover those people that are holding money. Are one of the reasons why Naira is dropping. So in a way, I think recently Naira just dropped, but it's still going to increase. Like the dollar is still going to go up, even though people are still going to bringing in money and they're still going to redesign. Even after redesign, people are still going to hold the money, right? People are still going to hold the money and all. And I think the U.S. government said from next year, all their dollar notes from 2021 will be invalid or something like that. So me, I really don't think the redesign of Naira notes is going to affect our currency from going down the drain. Only if they can just bring back exporting and open some doorways that they blocked before. I think the Naira will come back to normal.
I think there is no positive impact on the economy because they will even spend more to redesign the currency, and thereby it will escalate more inflation. Prices of things will go up. So the policy of redesigning the naira at this critical time is really not a good idea.
It's not going to have a positive impact because the naira value is already devalued, and I don't think that's the next step right now. Because based on what happened last week, that they had to like start arresting all these foreign exchange, bureau the changes and stuff. I guess that was what made naira to crash yesterday. Dollar to crash yesterday 4 euros back. That was not just it. Except they actually scrapped like 1,000 naira or 500 naira, then yes, we can now start coming up. But like right now, that's not just it.
I don't think the design will have any impact. The design is only just to design, just like you want to redesign something, but the economy is already, we are already down in terms of economy, so they need to do something different entirely. Yes. So the design is not going to help in any way. So maybe they want to, in a way for them to still spend more money or eat more money. So I don't think it's adding anything or improving any economy in Nigeria.
Well, I think it has already started having an impact, especially on our politicians, because most of our politicians now, you see what's currently going on. They are now bringing out the money that they've hidden, the money they stole from us. The money they stole from the poor masses. Well, I'm glad it has yielded this particular impact, but then I feel they should have left it until after the election before implementing this law. But then it's all good.
I think it won't have any positive impact because our economy is already bad. The naira does not have value, so I think the design naira does not make sense, and it will even cost the government more money to print new naira notes. So I think there is no point in printing naira notes. It's not a good policy. I think the federal government will need to rescind that policy.
It's going to have a huge lot of effect because it's going to actually curb hoarding. Because right now the naira note is not in circulation, so this is going to help a little bit. That's for now, because definitely hoarding is still going to it's still going to happen. So for the meantime, let's enjoy the new naira currency first until whatever happens. Yeah.
Going by the way we Africans, Nigerians particularly, have derived some kind of joy in stacking currency notes at home, I think it's a positive development. Even judging by some of the things I witnessed by myself yesterday along a hotel, there is a mad rush now by people to put their dollars in the market, and one way or the other, it affected the black market value of the dollar yesterday, falling to around 690 by mid-noon yesterday. And it's kind of encouraging those who are stacking money at home now, or discouraging them from stacking money at home. Only a few days ago, I read that the banks reported a deposit of 52 billion naira within a week, talking about how much has been out of the system, stored in people's homes and all that. I think it's a positive development, and I hope we don't find shortcuts to beat it again, because that has been one problem in Nigeria.
It's not going to add any value. That's the truth, because I see everything as misplaced of priority. Like, the country is a mess already, and all they could do is redesigning a note that even the value is off the market. Put on there, their value is like, If I just so disappointing, that's just it. So to me, I've given up on the country already. I'm just like, God, please just take us through.
Number one, I don't think that should be their priority now, the government priority.
Okay.
And secondly, I would say they should extend the date given because not everybody, the information has not gotten to everyone yet. So not everyone is using an Android phone or want to hear it. So I would say they should extend it.
I don't think it will do anything because that's not the major problem in this country. I don't know. I don't think it would do anything.
That new note is not what we need because about 95% of Nigerians now are suffering with one things. Look at in the market, things are very expensive. And when there is money they are using to produce those money. Instead of using it to helping the masses to make sure the food production and everything come down, things is increasing. That is, I don't know if this is not what our government is supposed to look into now. That is what I have to say.
Definitely it will affect because, even as it is now, it's not even balanced. Talk less of to re-sign it again. It will bring a lot of damages in our economy, honestly. And it will, just like when they brought the 5,000 naira, and if you want to get something of 50 naira, or maybe 100 naira or 200 naira, case may be, then to get that change, to be a lot of problems for people that are selling petty trade in the street. You understand? Then maybe it can work for people that are working in the highest, maybe the high level of the government. But all this petty trade, it will affect everywhere.
My belief and my thoughts is that they know better and they have expert rates, before they can carry out a source plan. And it's for the benefit of everybody because they have tried a lot of way. And they can see that, okay, if they take that step now, everything will come back to normal. They can always try. So it's only God can make everything to be perfected.
Well, the redesigning of currency is supposed to have an impact in Nigeria. But if they follow it the right way. But the step they take, I didn't think they did the right thing. They're supposed to have stopped flowing of dollar out of the to manage how dollar be moved in Nigeria first before pronouncing it out. Because the criminals will convert Naira to dollar and get it to hide it. After the new currency will come out, they will still change it back again. So that's where the CBN made a mistake. And now it's having a very bad impact on us. But I thank God today, the dollar is coming back. Naira is gaining strength more. I believe in due time things will going to be changed.
It has nothing to do about our economy at all. Only they're just trying to do a thing that will at least make the ones that felt maybe they've stolen some money at least to make the money useless to them. So that is not going to help our economy. We need a good government that will at least improve our lives.
I don't think it has any importance. Yes, because though it favors some people, why it will not favor some other people? Fine. Then because right now, them they want to do this changing, they know the best for themselves. So those people that are like neutral yet, they don't know how to handle the situation. And then concerning the dollars, this dollar of 18, I think it's not going back on Naira. Naira it's failed already. Yes, Naira is failed already.
I feel since they said the currency needs to be redesigned every 5 to 10 years, I don't know. So I just feel okay, fine, let's give it a try. But I even actually feel, in my own opinion, I feel at least, there's no money flow. So at least everybody have been keeping their dollar, their nairas, so they'll bring out the money and there'll be money flow. And at least, I feel it to be positive. Yeah, I feel so. I don't know. Yeah, I feel so because there's no money flow. So when people have to, how do I put it? Okay, now you have to submit all your nairas and everything. I know people have been hoarding money because of this election or what, I don't know. But I'm very, very sure because, okay, you don't want to go and put some amount of money inside the bank. Do you understand? Then you want to, okay, let me spend it, you understand? You know what's happening in this Buhari tenure. So I just feel there'll be money flow, I beg. Please, we need money.
It's not the money be the change of the country. It's about to change the country. It's not about money. Where the money just dey, where the money dey. Now to change the country, that be the issue. Understand? Boko Haram they fight. Sambisa Forest. Why? Okay, I just want to ask a question. Why that they no fit change Sambisa Forest? Like make them go burn the Sambisa Forest. Like, so why they want change money? If you change money now, everything still be the same thing. Now make them quickly go and clear Sambisa Forest so they can use them like bush and farm, do farmer this thing. So that Boko Haram no go there anymore. So apart from that one, I say they want change money. It's not making sense now. The color of this Naira is good. The name of the Naira is good. I love Naira. So I like to call myself Naira. So make them no change this, yeah. For me, I like the Naira, child.
This is going to affect many people because some people don't know what is bank. And anything like this, it's supposed to give people time, more time. Because the time they give it too short. So it's too short. For me, it's going to affect many people. Even if it don't affect me, I know, it may affect others because economic already is already bad. Changing the money so quick, it's going to affect people.
When they change that Naira or hard the Naira, it will cause problem to the economic. Because I will be hearing that they say that they have already published 5,000 Naira note out. So that they wanted to bring it now to be using it. And we know that 1,000 Naira is the only highest money. So now, we now say that if they do that like that, the thing like this will be causing wahala. Because it's not easy like that. And you see here again, say by our president say that he want to change the color of those money. He wanted to change it to another color. And now say that, what about those people that have already steal the government money? That money cannot be used for them again.
I feel like, yeah, so there's going to be more money in the money circulation because people are hearing that they want to like change the currency. So they're like bringing out the money that has been hidden. And I feel like, yeah, that's a good thing. It's exposing our politicians for who they are because a lot of people have hid thousands of money in their houses, uncompleted buildings and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's the only thing I feel like. Yeah, I don't know if there's any other thing and my brain has not reached there yet, but that's all.
Well, I think in the long run, it's going to have that effect. But basically what we are going to have in the short run is you have a lot of black money. When I mean black money, I mean illicit funds that are outside the banking system. What the federal government hopes to achieve is to get those black money back into the banking system. Okay, I, for one, have always been a proponent of getting cash out of circulation. Let me digress a bit. When it comes to electioneering, you have when people say vote buying and the rest, what serves as a catalyst for that is because there's raw cash to go around. Like if you go to other countries, even to get cash, let's say equivalent of 10,000 of their notes, the equivalent, you have to go through scrutiny of the banking system. That's why almost every transaction can be tracked. So for instance, let's take into consideration you want to buy vote and you don't have cash to induce people with. Are you going to wire, let's say, 1,000 accounts? It's going to be traceable in the long run. You understand? Let me not mention where people, bullion vans. Where are you going to get that if you don't have cash in circulation? That's a cashless policy, so to say. But for now, what the federal government is trying to do is to get black money plus other money, not necessarily black money, into the banking system so that the government can have an oversight on them. That's what it seeks to achieve. But I must agree that it's going to cause a rush for that. In fact, some of those black monies are going to try to get dollar. You saw the spike in dollar prices, right? Because they are trying to conceal that. They don't want to take it to the banks. So why not, let's go and convert it to dollar, save it, hedge it, as the case may be. So, but ultimately, that's what the government wants to achieve. You might say, oh, what I would have said is extend the period. Not, I think they gave January 31st. Yeah, so we should have elongated that term, that window, for me, so that there won't be an unnecessary rush, and people doing all sorts. I'm seeing a case whereby maybe towards the end of January, people will be struggling, trooping into the bank. You know how our mentality is. Fire brigade approach, dying minute. So I'm still expecting that mad rush. And there are some people I assume will stop receiving cash, even at this point. So for me, the only problem I have is
that window they gave is too short. But ultimately, would reap the gain. Then I will close with this: if we don't produce, if we are heavily dependent on import, it's not going to have that much impact on our currency. So it's not just about designing. Are we producing? What are we producing? What are we exporting? What do we have comparative advantage on that we are giving to the world, that we are contributing to the world? That's where the real value of our currency should come from, not necessarily designing, but it's a good one.
There you have it. You've heard from the mouth of Nigerians, and many do not believe that there's going to be a change, positive change at least, with the new redesigning of the Naira notes. Because looking at it, yes, we understand the CBN wanting to, help with security crisis in the country. But also you need to look at the fact that there's going to be negative, impacts on the economy also. Because looking at the cost implication that it takes to design the Naira notes, it's huge. Very, very huge. So, and besides, 15th of December, asking people to pay in their money 15th of December is just too short. I mean, it's close to Christmas, close to New Year, and it's also the height of commerce. It's just, very short. In a sane organization or country, 3 to 6 months is, the time limit so that people can adjust to these, changes. We realize that in Nigeria, every policy the governments make always tends to favor some set of people or themselves, not caring for the masses. And this is very wrong. So we're asking you also to please be very careful when you go and change in your Naira, because definitely there's going to be a stampede in the, banks and other institutions where these changes will go on. So, well, we're putting the question to you too. Do you think it will have a positive effect on the economy and also the constant evaluation of the Naira against other foreign currency? Drop your answer for us on the comment section. We'd like to hear from you. Thank you for watching all our videos. To get more interesting and fun content like this, do not forget to subscribe and also follow us on our various socials, Facebook and Instagram at ShutlipsTV. Also, we have an anonymous platform where you can go to share real life experiences and connect with people who have been in similar situations like yourself. Just go to www.shutlip.com. Sign up to the platform is completely easy and 100% free. This is ShutlipsTV. I'm Olamide Salau, better picking with better voice. To become away next time, do stay safe.